And as this room fill up, be sure to hit that like button. Sharing is caring. Sharing this content is everything. It's necessary. Put a 1 in the audio chat if the audio is straight. Put a 1 in there. Mama said there'll be days literally just like this. Come on with it. Cowboys offer meaningful Micah Parsons contract. Michael Irvin take on this. Come on. Double header for you guys. Come on with it. And as this room fill up, let people know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Come on, baby. The off-season grind. Come on with it. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on with it. Come on. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. The name is Law Nation Sports. We talk Cowboys football and beyond here, and we hope that we can give you guys some good laughters and stuff like that. The off season is pretty much a long one, and we're gonna re-talk about some of the things that Michael Irvin said today on who he would like to go pick up in this particular draft. On top of that, ladies and gentlemen, we also going to give a shout out to our new sponsors today, Turtle Beach. Appreciate them. You guys should see their information. We're going to pin it to the top. And this episode is brought to you by Turtle Beach. And we're going to get things going the best way and the proper way possible with all that we do here. Appreciate you, Gil. Shout out to you, CJ. Sela, appreciate you. Thank you, everybody, for jumping in and being part of these type of episodes. All right, and shout out to you, Lola, full beard. Yeah. Damn! We ain't shaving nothing, Never listen to Michael Irvin, Postal. I feel you, fam. I feel you, But who you want to listen to? You want to listen to Jerry? You want to listen to Brad Sham? Who you want to listen to? You want to listen to the ghost of Tom Landry? Or you want to listen to good old Law Nation? I've tried to be all, that we can be, But neither here nor there, Cowboy Nation. What about if we don't listen to Jerry? If we don't listen to...
Your damn act.
Hey, Jerry.
I don't like your attitude.
I didn't do nothing, Jerry. I'm just trying to call it how I see it, But what about your daughter and them? Can we listen to her? Can we listen to her on some of these things, Jerry? Jerry, can we listen to Charlotte and them?
What's your point?
All right, let me see if I can play.
Awesome. Charlotte, it's great seeing you. I always see you in the building, and I would like to use this opportunity to tell you and your family thank you for giving me my start in the media space, allow for me to have seats like this. So thank you, and it's good seeing you. But I want to talk to you about the Cowboys. Obviously, you guys were able to hire Brian Schottenheimer as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, and everybody in the media space is like, what's going on? Why? You guys know who he is. Why did you guys make that decision? What makes you so excited about him being the new head coach of the Cowboys?
No, we spent, of course, 3 years with Brian in our building, and he is just an incredible person, first of all. And through the interview process of hours and hours and hours of our conversations with different people, he just really rose to the top of who do you trust? Who actually understands our locker room? Who knows Dak Prescott better than anybody out there? And of course, for us to be successful, Dak needs to be successful. And Brian is that guy. And you know what? He's such a good person. He's such a great coach. He was actually there this weekend along with Dak. They all came there shoulder to shoulder to show their support and understand the road ahead and also what we need to do to get there. But more importantly, the platform that they sit on, that everybody is watching, and this is the time to make it happen.
Man, Jerry got some strong genes, don't he? Jeez. She don't look nothing like her mom and them. She look just like Jerry with a wig, with a wig on, don't he? God dog, Jerry, Charlotte and Jerry, boy, I'm telling you, that boy got some strong genes. Jean, wait a minute, Jerry's wife is Jean, okay? So Jean.
Well, we've talked America's team. Charlotte, we can't let you go before talking America's sweethearts. It's the Netflix show. My wife and I binged season 1. We're way into it. We're on the edge of our seats about season 2, which is forthcoming. If someone out there is watching, Charlotte, and their dream is to put on that uniform and today.
Come on, man.
Hey, man, you supposed to stick to another Cowboys topic, man. We don't give a dog water about America's sweetheart. Come on, man.
Damn.
It's always the man with the tight shirt, man, that painted it on. They always get to get us going to talking about these type of things that don't be relevant to Cowboys. Come on, man. Come on. Isaiah Stanback at least brought in some good football context, but listen to him.
Dance in that stadium and be part of that group. What would you tell them? What do they have? What do they need for really to be part of it?
First of all, I'd say, come on out. We're about to have auditions again, so we'd love to see
All
it.
right.
Brandy, try for him.
Maybe there's a spot for you, too. Who knows?
Wait a minute, maybe.
I think what is so impressive is these are amazingly talented women, but they also have full-time jobs. So they have these amazing professions,
Hey,
whether
bro, come on
it be
now,
nurses
dog.
or doctors or they're students in college. They are doing this on the side. And to come with such incredible talent and such passion for the game and passion for bringing entertainment to the sidelines and to the venues that are across the league, we just we're looking for that kind of person that really actually understands what it takes to be special.
The show is great, and it's on Netflix, but I also got to give our friends at Paramount Plus some love, and maybe the best guest starring role we have seen on a television
my gosh.
show.
Come on with
talk about Jerry on Landman?
Please.
Charlotte, I mean, this is like Robert Duvall out there. What did you think when you saw it? Because he was incredible with his cameo.
You know what? I think he's headed to LA. I think he has a new career. And we think, you know what? You may be a better actor than you should be here in Dallas. So
Wow.
What?
Wait a minute. You took a shot at your own dad. Come on with it. Yeah. Hey, I love that. Hey, come on with it. Jerry, when he see Charlotte.
Get your damn act together. Don't like your attitude.
He may be a better actor than what he's doing over here in football world. Come on, boy. Look. I want Charlotte Jones to be the next not general manager, but the owner and operator for this team. Yeah. Put CJ in the chat, man, if you want Charlotte Jones. Anderson, I think she dropped the Anderson, but it's just Charlotte Jones. Put CJ in the chat if you want her to be the owner operator. Shoot.
Incredible.
We had, I actually had the chance to interview Taylor Sheridan, who is a great Cowboys fan. And as a matter of fact, we have a permanent spot in the back of our suite for every game because he kind of sits there and hangs out. But he was gone this season. So he carries the burden of our rough season last year.
It's on him. It's on him.
Yes. Okay.
What I think was like so great is he said, man, of course, Jerry is great playing Jerry. So all you had to do is tee him up and tell him to tell his stories about his own why and what he thinks about life. And they spent a day sharing stories, and that's the one they chose to tell. So really, I think we were all so so impressed. And I told my dad, I said, you know what? You did more for yourself, your brand, your persona, than all the work that I've tried to put in over the past 30 years.
Oh my God. Amazing.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. We're thrilled with the message. And I guess Taylor thought it might go viral. I'm not so sure we did, but I know Jerry's smart enough to know one and done, drop the mic, and that's the way to go. Yeah.
Kelly,
And it's a testament, though. It's a testament to the work that you guys do as a family. It's pretty cool. That's a lasting moment that I think it's all obviously true. He built it with his kids. How cool is that?
It's really cool.
So cool. So, I'd like to sit back and take credit. If I had not gone to Stanford, this would not have all happened. So
There you go.
There you go.
I love it.
Kelly, just quick shout out. I chased Kelly Finglash, your cheerleading director, down on a red carpet once because I've been long time watching the cheerleaders from back a million years ago when it was on CMT in Charlotte. When I was pregnant with twins sitting on the couch.
All right, yeah. There's enough of that soft talk, man. But shout out to them and appreciate them for all what they were able to accumulate over there. So the storyline with Micah Parsons, they are ironing out some of these things. It's a meaningful contract. Now, it's been reported that it's going to be right at 40, and whispers in the Cowboys world been whispering that it could be up to 45, depending on what they negotiate. Now, granted, when you get a chance to hear out David's side, the agent side, at least they are in communications. But like I said, his job is to make sure that, his client, Michael Parsons, is getting the right and not a raw deal with this. And I'm quite sure when we look at it, I clicked on the wrong button here, but we're going to get back to it one way or another. But when you really think about it, the Cowboys, we still have money, plenty to spend. And speaking of that, let me go to my overthecap.com and we're going to check and see what we have here now. I always forget to check this update, but we're right at $38.5 million. I think that the Cowboys have a very much so enough money to go ahead and get Michael Parsons' deal done. Yeah, Davies just put a lot of incentives in there, right? I agree 1,000,000%. I love incentive-based contracts. I think that is the way, the angle to go, especially with this particular Michael Parsons conversation. Yeah, I would go definitely with those particular angles there. Here's the news about what Micah Parsons. No, I'm not going to play that one yet. But what about the news about what Michael Irvin had to say about who should they go get, Genty or Matthew Golden? We're going to listen to this audio first.
Ashton Genty or Matthew Golden, who I know you like. You like him at 12. If both are on the board, is it Genty or Golden for you?
And that's a great question. And if both are on the board, I got to go Genty. Because now I'm coming back to what I know, and we all fall back on what we know best. And what I know best is that triplet formation, winning game. I know when Emmett came, the difference he made. We had the same offensive line prior to him getting here. But when
here's I said this earlier about 45 minutes ago on just a regular upload. And I wanted to go live so I can get you guys responses on this. People fail to realize the Cowboys didn't draft a lot of first-round draft picks with Emmitt Smith. And I get it. A lot of people look at Emmett and they say, well, he's not a Barry Sanders. He's not a Thurman Thomas. He's not at that time, Barry Foster was really good too. He's not a Natron Means that run over people, Jerome Bettis that scoop and just knock people over. He's Emmitt Smith, right? He's the guy that a lot of people will look back at and overlook, but when you start to think of it, it's a situation and scenario that you got to pay attention to what running backs can do collectively and not individually, collectively.
When he got here, all of a sudden they became the best offensive line ever. That's because Emmett was the best running back ever. You see what I mean? And he made a difference. Let's look at what Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry did for those squads that they played on this year. So, yeah, you get a chance to get a Genty and get and have that kind of production that he's had. Yeah, you take him.
I'll add another curveball.
But I love Matthew Golden too now. That's a speed guy that we need also. We need that speed.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks just signed back with New Orleans, and honestly, God bless him. Brandon Cooks, you know, they lost a lot of that speed that the Cowboys need. And yeah, Matthew Golden would be great.
Ashton Genty or Matthew Golden, who I know.
So that's his take on that part of it, ladies and gentlemen. How do y'all feel about that whole conversational piece? What would you guys go with if it's given a situation and chance in the scenario that you have those guys there, Golden or Genty? Who would you go with? I need to know. I want to know from you all. And all I'm saying is sometimes people can get a little too cute, right? And getting a little too cute can mess you up when you start talking about trading back and figuring things out from that aspect. I always tell people, man, deal with what you got in your hand. Be where your feet at. Look, let's not look too far down the stretch here. If we're going to trade back, only move back 1 or 2 spots. But you don't have to go 20 spots back or 10 spots back or to that degree even 5 spots back. No, you sit where you are at and you go and get what you know for sure that can be a difference maker for you. Because when you try to look into this thing, most of you guys are saying Genty. Okay. Most of you guys are saying Genty. And excuse the AI, the auto corrections too. They be putting Gentry down. They don't know who the hell Genty is. I'm sitting there like, come on, AI. But there are some other news that's out here. Shout out to Brandon Laurie. He reported this right here. He did some homework on this, and it shows here that the Dallas Cowboys, every time since the Cowboys have selected a wide receiver in the first round since 1988, you had Michael Irvin, of course, 5-time Pro Bowler. Alvin Harper, 1991. You know, he was just really good for us. Yeah. And then Dez Bryant, 3-time Pro Bowler. I can't believe Dez only been to the Pro Bowl 3 times. That's wild. That's a wild right there. C. Dangerous Lamb, 4-time Pro Bowler. I can't believe it. That's kind of like mind blowing like there. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you got Tet, which he want to be called T-Mac. You got Matthew Golden. You got Emeka Ibuka. Who will be next if we do go with that wide receiver in the first round? I know one wide receiver we should have drafted within the top 15 picks. What's his name? Okay. Oh, Randy Moss. Randy Moss would have been up there. Oh, my goodness. The league hated theirs. Yeah. I can't believe it. Because technically what that states here, when he only had 3 Pro Bowls, he only had 3 good years? Yeah, that's crazy. That is flat out crazy. Cowboys way, Genty, yeah, local guy, jersey sales. Tet will be a star, though. Yeah. The league hated Dez. Oh, wow. But here's the thing. Then we talked about this earlier. Let me see if I can pull this up. I want to pull this up. Give me 1 second here. Let me see if I can pull it up right quick. Here we go. Come on, play.
I'm just gonna have him my number 1 receiver. Matthew Golden is a lightning rod. His ability to get in and out of breaks, his like his snap, his sharpness.
Shout out to you,
crispy.
Nightner, for the 100 stars. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
His secret sauce, and then his ball skills too. You think about some of the big catches,
body control.
And so when Golden comes out today and runs a 4.29 and has the workout that he had, I was thrilled for him, man.
5'11", 190.
Yeah.
If he's 1 inch taller and 10 pounds heavier, I don't think we're even having the conversation. This kid's 6 foot, 200 pounds. I think he's the number one wide receiver on the board.
Are y'all a little bit worried about the smaller wide receivers? 5'10", 5'11", 190, Some of y'all in the chat, man, like 190, I was 190 pounds when I was in middle school and high school and all of those folks, man, Yeah. So are you guys a little worried about smaller wide receivers, or it don't matter? As long as he can get open and separate, that's all that is needed, right? Because Jalen Brooks, he like 6'3", 6'4", but he's falling everywhere he gets off of his releases. He's just slipping and sliding. I didn't know you had to have skates to play a wide receiver over here. Nope, he big enough. Pause if necessary. That's from C-Doc. Yeah, he said he's big enough. All right. Don't matter. Wilson, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Rumble, back in the day, you must be a baby. Yeah, I feel you. Look at Tyreek Hill. Are you guys giving Matthew Golden Tyreek Hill type and kind of caliber of speed? All right, let's go. Let's listen to him.
I see the best route runner in this class when I watch the tape. And then you see the guy who's got the speed to take the top off the coverage. And some of these catches that he made down the stretch where he's, having to bend backwards and twist around and snatch the ball out of the air. And he does it naturally. It wasn't like, wow, I just made, look at me, I just made this crazy catch for once in my career. Like, he could do that repetitively.
I just trust him more. I think
Yeah, he said he trusts him more. And all I want us to do, man, in life is not to get too cute. Don't get too cute with these type of things. Like I said, a little eyeshadow here. Yeah, the ladies wear the makeup. Yeah. That's okay. But when you try to put too much on, you begin to look like a clown a little bit, right? This is one of the viral pictures that was going around, floating around. Because, sometimes, you can mess up a good thing, right? You don't have to do all of those things, right? Look, just a little eyeshadow here, and maybe put the piece still on your head. But when you try to do too much, it begins to look crazy. And that's what I don't want the Cowboys to do, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want us to say, hey, you know what? We got the 12th pick, right? But let's do this. Let's slide back 5 spots, and let's see if we can get extra picks in the top 100, right? Or let's go back 8 or 9 spots, and let's see what we can get out of this draft. No, if you were right there, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to do any sliding, maybe just one spot, 2 spots. But, man, come on with it. Don't be sliding back too far and find out in the wrong way. F around and find out, as they say. So, come on with it. The crypt keeper daughter. Chill D. Jeez. Shout out to you, DP. He said, long she used that Mando on her face. Riggs! Yes, jeez, God Lord. And that's all I'm saying. Yo. A little eyeshadow on her, a little blush here, baby. You know what I'm saying? But come on with it. Don't be putting all of that on your face. And that's the same thing that can happen when we start talking about these particular situations as it relates to the Cowboys trying to get cute in this draft. That's all I'm saying, and that's all I'm getting at. Now, I got to bring this up just one more time about my guy who's been working out all off season and been doing his thing. It's remarkable that he's pretty much going in the right direction, and that's Trayvon Diggs. Now, there have been reports out there. There's been reports out there that, he's expecting. And we said this morning. He's expecting to be there August. And I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. Show of hands, put 7 in the chat if you want Trayvon Diggs to be there in August. September, October. Put a 7 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't want him to be back too soon. I still think that the Cowboys should adhere. I think the Cowboys should adhere to this mindset that slow and steady wins the race. You don't have to rush everything. Don't rush them back. Ain't that right, Anthony Scott? Come on with it. You don't have to rush them back. Diggs works too good. Yeah. Good 7. Okay. November, December-ish. Boy, I'm seeing a lot of ones. Let me make sure I put y'all up on here on the screen so we can keep this recorded for the times, in the sands of times and all of that good stuff, right? Montgomery, 1. Younger, 1. Wilson, 1. Yeah. Come on with it. August, baby. Come on, David. Come on, David Law. Come on, D-Law. Technically, you are D-Law. Come on, D-Law. Come on, man. Yeah. Diggs take other seasons off. Here's my thought track with Diggs. I think that, the Cowboys, when we look at what he was able to do, he was very much so the beginning of the changes in the defensive back room. His first year as a rookie, he caught 4 INTs, even broke his foot still, right? And we just couldn't get right even in his rookie year. He gave up 1 million+ yards or what have you. And then the second season, he just went crazy in that year, I believe, with 11 INTs, right? And I think he had a number change. He wore 27, and they allowed him to switch his number to 7 or what have you. But neither here nor there. I just think that we try to press and try to move a point too quickly, and we end up biting ourselves into you-know-what, right? Dak, my guy, Kick-Ass Media 214 says Dak snapped his ankle in half and came back the next year. Which injury is worse? That bone, bro. That ankle, man, it was protruding through the skin. The only thing that was holding his bone and his skin was the sock. That was the only thing that was holding it together, But both injuries are gruesome. I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. But there's people, man, who snapped up their ankle and won't go down a flight of stairs. Won't look at a porch and be like, hell no, that's like jumping off of a building, So, yeah, that's just how that goes. Here we go. Mike Jones, man, appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you for your support.
Take the money out, all of it.
He says, we got the 12th pick because we earned it. It's going to take time to build this team, compete with the Eagles and Washington Wizards. This is a year-to-year league. Granted, the Eagles, they played phenomenal last year. I saw some holes in those games, though. We saw some things, but the schedule fell upon them nicely, and I'm not trying to sugarcoat what they did or what have you. The schedule fell nicely for them boys last season. Boy, we went through a gauntlet of things, baby. But they Super Bowl champs for right now. And now they're going to have to go through a season with the target on their back, So it is for what it is, And they struck lightning with their draft picks, too. We got to say that I don't see an Andre Booth over there, I don't see plenty of hurt guys over there, too. So they managed to stay healthy. And we'll see what they're going to do and see if they can do like what we did when we ran it back. I know we talk about the 90s, but let's see if they can get it done. Come on with it. Yeah, we still won. I feel you, though. I am awake, But we're gonna make you go to sleep. We're going to make you go to sleep now, But neither here nor there. The Dallas Cowboys, in this particular fashion, there's always something that you got to go up against. And speaking of that, I just want to add this segment in because I saw it going viral a little bit on the Twitter, and I was going to bring it up yesterday, but I couldn't get time, right? And time been my enemy here. But speaking of an Eagle guy, Asante Samuel Jr., or senior versus Deion Sanders. And I've been watching this from afar, and I want to have my Twitter fingers on this so badly. I want to be able to say, man, if you don't sit down somewhere, Asante Samuel. But he wants to do a yearly reminder that he believes in the hearts of hearts that he is just as good as Deion Sanders, And when I think of DBs,
Give me my theme music.
of course, you can go Mel Renfro, you can go all the way back to Everson Walls and all of that stuff. You can talk about Rod Woodson to a degree. You can talk about Champ Bailey, Charles Woodson. You can talk about who's been nice, Revis Allen. You can talk about who else I'm missing out that was just cold-blooded with it. Crow was good. Crow was good. Talib was good. All of those DBs I'm naming was really good DBs, man. Troy Vincent to a degree. My guy, Ty Law, we can go on and on and on, man, about these DBs. And we can go that this guy had that and this guy had this. But let's be real, man. When you think of a DB, man, a shutdown DB, you think of Prime. You think of Prime. And I couldn't stand him. I couldn't stand Prime. Ask Twin whenever y'all can see him, whenever we go live again. Yeah, Champ Bailey. Yeah, really nice. Did I say him earlier? Shout out to Champ Bailey. I'm trying to think of another DB. Trayvon Diggs, right? Stephon Gilmore, right? Who I'm missing out, y'all? That damn Darryl Green, boy. Woo, shoot. That damn Darryl Green was something else. What y'all talking about? Merton Hanks had safety. But you know what happened to Rod? And Aeneas Williams. Who else I'm leaving out? Richard Sherman. Yeah, Richard Sherman had a good little run there. But when you started mentioning all of these, you always know to yourself that Deion, that damn Deion is something else, man. Rondé Barber, yep. Rod Woodson was good until he played. Look, the person that shut down Rod Woodson every time was my guy, Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin shut him down every time. Yeah, indeed, boy. But let's listen to these boys right here.
Game 53. Deion played 188 games, 53 interceptions, 3 playoff interceptions, 2 Super Bowls. Asante, 51 interceptions, 7 playoff career interceptions, 2 Super Bowls. 50-plus interception, 94 pass. Please start saying they don't throw his way. Asante, I love you, bro. I love you. I think you're phenomenal.
Mel Blount was good, too.
You're not in time's realm. That's not even close. You're not. Nobody will ever say Asante Samuel and Deion Sanders in the same breath. You were fabulous. That's the greatest corner to ever put on pads and a helmet.
Yeah.
The lockdown, where do you think this term came from?
My guy, C. Nick says, yo, what about T. New, man? Yeah. Terrence Newby, boy, shoot, he came in the league old and left the league old, bro. Yeah. And Pat Surtain, senior and junior now. Both of them boys are good. Pat Surtain, senior and junior. Both of them boys are good. Christian McAllister, who remember him? That boy was good. But, man, people wish that they had the kind of caliber of career as a Deion Sanders, right? That's for what it is.
Where you think that term came? Ocho, do you realize where that term came from?
Yeah.
The cover corner, the shutdown corner, the cover one side of the field. When he took sometimes people when I say time locked it down, there was no safety in the hole. So if you ran the post, go back and look when he picked it on Rocket Ismail.
Rocket.
He got him man to man.
Mm-hmm.
They threw a post with nobody in the hole.
He came in there.
Yeah.
Jumped over the top of him and picked it.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Put the ball up and came back this way with it.
And high stepped in that joker.
Asante, you a fighter.
Hey, shit.
Yeah.
You're not time, man. You can put all these stats up. Bro, you're not time. I get it. Your technique, you say the T-step worked for you.
Yeah.
Good.
Coaches taught T-steps where we were from, man, and and you had to be in that T, man, but Prime didn't do that.
Ocho and I are trying to explain what we try to do is we try to eliminate wasted motion. Okay, you felt that the T-step would serve you better than to start the back pedal because everybody is up underneath them and come forward. You felt the T-step gave you that a bigger burst.
Burst at the top,
no problem. Clearly it worked. You were a Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
You won Super Bowls. You
Yeah.
got 50-plus interceptions.
Yes, sir.
You just not time, and it's okay.
Yeah, I think
Man, Ashley Ambrose, boy, y'all, oh, Ed Reed, he was dope as a safety, but DB wise, that as cornerback wise, different situation, right? Dallas Cowboy hard hitter says Travis Hunter. What did Travis did he run in pro day? Did he run a 40? What y'all think Travis run in the 40? Give me like a roughly 40-yard dash of what Travis Hunter runs, right? And kudos and credence to him, man. Brandon used car. You got to put used in there. Oh, my gosh, man. Oh, my gosh, man. And shout out to my guy, Deron Bland, man. I think that, if he put together another year like he did the year before last, like getting all of them pick sixes, then he will be entered into the room. Our coach taught us the T-step and the crib walk. He ran like a 4.3, 4.4 40, That's still good as a DB. I looking at DBs, man, it's all about, like what he was talking about, Prime teaches you, body in motion stays in motion. You don't want to stop your feet. Be where your feet at and explode and these towards. But with the T, you're gonna stop your feet for a second. You're gonna be gazing the field. And I truly believe that there are some athletes that when you look back at their skill set, they can do stuff unorthodox, right? Like Parsons to a degree. He can line up standing up, and move around and roam like the lion, right? And he plays half body so well. And he don't have a whole equipped with array of like pass rush moves. His move is speed. Now I suggest him to learn a lot of more pass rush moves because one thing that Father Time snatches away from you is your speed. You don't keep your speed. There's only one. Let me name the 3 DBs that kept their speed throughout their entirety of their career. Rod Woodson, after he done tore up all of his legs and knees before that time frame, Rod Woodson was the first. I'm talking about the absolute first Adrian Peterson to come back from that. Then what they did was they switched him from a cornerback to to a safety. Rod Woodson was him, right? He used to do kickoff returns, punt returns, and he used all that crazy good stuff, right? Prime kept his speed over a course of the years, and he just had bad feet. Prime kept having turf toes and all of this stuff, and he was a hurt guy on his feet for some strange reason. And the last but not least, man, I still think that he can run. Darryl Green. They said that Darryl Green to this day, is still running a 4.340 and all of this stuff, man, a 4.440, man. Darryl Green is still fast to this day. Yeah. Darryl Green is still fast to this day, man. So some people don't lose their speed. No way, Jose, But before we go a little bit further into this conversation, man, be sure to hit that like button, share this content. But we just got to talk about this right quick because you already know, man, anytime and every time we do something.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
It is you.
We got some updates on the Law Nation Sports Channel, and it's brought to you by you guys because you guys are able to help me get here. Let's listen to what we have to say.
Spartans!
Yo, if you serious about gaming, you need to check out the Turtle Beach Self 700. The headset is built for power, comfort, the hybrid leather cushion, metal reinforced design, the clean, lay flat look that made to last, the real magic, the dual driver that give you high definition 24-bit audio sound. That crisp, that footsteps, clean shot, 3D sound that put you in the game. In switching device easy. You can bounce between PC, PlayStation, and even your phone with Bluetooth. Thanks to crossplay, noise cancellation, giving you crisp, crystal clear, zero static sound. Game smarter, play louder, dominate everything. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's get it. No doubt, let's get it, man. And let me give y'all a close-up of this technology, man. It is very nice, man, to have. It got over the ears, man. That means if you're gaming for a long time and you don't want that that headphone set to be all in your ear, hurting your eardrums and all of this stuff, it got this 3D, nice, crisp audio. Be sure when you're hopping on them sticks over there, man, reach out to our partner, Turtle Beach, man, and they give you 10% off of your purchases on this device. And they got the noise cancellation with AI. And I'm telling people all the time, man, this is sleek, it's nice. And if you are not learning AI now, you know, you should be. Stop what you're doing and get into that AI, because that will help you out down the stretch on whatever you can be flipping burgers, man, somewhere, but man, you fool around and learn some AI. Shoot, it'll teach you how to maximize your time, man. So if you're not learning AI now, man, please be sure to learn it, you know, and you don't take my word for it, but this is cool to the touch and it's good comfort over the ears, one of the better headsets that you can get. And I can absolutely say this, and I'm not saying this because they're sponsoring this segment, but by far, this is the best gaming headset that I done had on when I was playing with those particular games over there. You know what I mean? So be sure to check out Turtle Beach. The information's in the description box, and they will save you about 10% off when you utilize and use them. Yeah, Law got his own TikTok shop. I see you, Holly, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man. Yeah. Yeah, imagine Law cutting these promos at the crib. Shout out to you, Dak on Filthy. Yeah, Lawtooth, man. Yeah, instead of Bluetooth, Lawtooth, you know. And that's what that crossplay can do, man. You can hook up multiple systems with it. So, yeah, Jerry Lou's neck, wait a minute, Jerry Lou's neck, daughter one times. Come on, we like our guys. Come on with it. 10% off, man, is a lot. But you still got to pay Uncle Sam, though. That's the only thing. Like, man, Uncle Sam be like this. I asked my tax preparer, look, can I claim Uncle Sam? Come on. Let me claim him, you know. And it is for what it is. Jerry, I'm sending the pair over to you, Jerry. You know, Jerry, don't beat me up. Jerry is calling me out and saying that I'm a natural hustler. But, man,
What's your point?
I'm not hustling like you, though, Jerry. You know, Jerry, you the one that hustling. I'm learning from Jerry, you know.
What's your point?
Yes, indeed. But it is for what it is, Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening. But you guys know how this part of the show rocks and roll. It's time for me to give value intel from you all. I want to know, ladies and gentlemen, your thoughts on this. So let's open up the phone lines, and it's going to be brought to you by another sponsor. Appreciate you guys so much, man. And if you've been driving and you fool around and you don't have these headsets on and somebody was just blowing the horn and it was too loud, right? And they fool around and distract you, but they fool around and hit you. Regardless of the situation, let me tell y'all who to reach out to.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first. Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
That's the number 817 or 214. And all of the threes you can dial. Cowboy Nation, that's the Frenkel and Frenkel hotline for your mind. And if you caught in a bind, right, be sure to reach out to our partners. They would take great care of you, not advantages of you. And they're located here in the heart of Dallas. Combined of 100 years of experiences. Be sure to reach out to our partners. 657-390-7391. Come on with it. Appreciate you, DC, for life, not for short. Come on with it. One of the mods, please put the number in the chat. I think Frenkel and Frenkel put it in there. Let me see if I can pin it to the top. Be sure, don't all of y'all call at the same time now. But 657-390-7391 is the hotline or the cold line. We talked about most of the things we can talk about today, and there'll be some more news percolating throughout. But I can't talk about this until I wait for a person to get on the line. Let me talk about my guy Charleston White, who had something to say about Bronny James. Let's do him.
I agree with Steven. I can empathize and understand where you're coming from as a father, and still see you weak as a man. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from as a father. I mean, who wouldn't take up for their son? But it's the truth hurts. That's why you saying something to me. And your son need to be a PE coach. He don't need to be playing in the NBA league. And the only reason he's in the NBA because he's LeBron's son. Nepotism, brother. Stephen A. got the right to say that. You can't get mad at me about my opinion. That's my whole take. How you gonna get mad at me about my opinion? I got a right to my opinion. I don't give a damn that it's your son. You cared that that's your son. So LeBron was wrong in the motherfucker. And Stephen A. Was gracious enough to say, hey man, I understand, but then come back and say, man, that weak in the mother. They ain't supposed to say nothing to me about his boy. And he LeBron James. And man, come on, man. Bronny ain't NBA material. And I ain't never seen him play a day in my life. I ain't never seen him play a day in my life.
Yeah.
But he ain't shining like Kobe was doing when Kobe come into the league.
I think that, he is a bench player. He was drafted 55th. He's not expected to be out. They're not.
He's supposed to be a towel boy.
Yeah, but the Lakers are building him right now. They're not trying to put him in front of the world. They wouldn't
do that with nobody else.
No doubt. To a degree, Charleston Wright is right about that. They wouldn't do that with anybody else. But favor is not fair. And sometimes, depending on what hole you climbed up out of when you was born, you get a lot of more favors than someone else. And that's life, y'all, regardless of it. Stephen Jones, we seeing it right here. Stephen Jones he had to learn how to manage the books on the fly. And he got a chemical engineering degree. And he probably don't even have that. He probably said, hey, I pay you about $30, man, to take this test for me, So it goes to that point right there. Lola, yeah, he talks a lot. Yeah, he out talks his wisdom teeth. I got from the 803, you're live on the Nation. Coach Marv, talk to me, man.
What's going on, Law?
Hey, man, all the way.
I know you had said something about, what's your main talking point today? I came in the door and I saw you out there and I seen the phone lines open. I said, I wonder what the Law talking about today. The soap opera in what's the soap opera news in Cowboy land today?
Yeah.
Somebody talking about trading or either start another storyline out there to keep the stories going. Because
I know what point you was talking about. Somebody was talking about. I think Boss Cowboy Sports. He responded to someone talking about trading back to the 20s or something like that. And
trading back to 20 and maybe getting, if you it's very hard for us. It's a good exercise to try to find out who is going to draft in the first round.
Yeah.
Because nobody's been on point with that in the last 3-4 years. I think Micah Parsons might have been the only. Man, really, they really wouldn't go after Micah Parsons that year. I think they were really going after cornerbacks that year, and it got to the point. So it's very hard and so they do a lot of smoke screening.
They do.
The Cowboys do a lot of smoke screening because they start a lot of. It's crazy about these reports. One time, Law, you never heard all this. Well, a report says so-and-so is linked to so-and-so, and most of those reports are basically somebody that's throwing it out there, throwing it against the wall to see how much it's going to, and how much, legs it's going to get for people to talk about things and everything. So, and that's why I always say, man, that's why I try to sit back and say, I try to watch what they do, and I understand people in your business, and you always want to try to stay ahead of the thing, and it's good conversation to try to figure out where they're going to do. But I think more important than watching what they do and watch what they have done, and you could probably figure out what they're really thinking is when you see the moves that they really make. I just think I like your talk about Shoddy. I hope he's like his. He got to have some like his dad.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I hear words about development.
Right.
I hear things about when you leave a coach on a lame duck status like they did last year. Everything last year was just had failure written all over it. I was concerned early when you had a head coach on lame duck status, and then you hired guys and you didn't give them no more than 1-year contracts. So you see how desperate a guy to come in, and most guys don't come in and take a 1-year contract, to move their family for a 1-year deal. And then that's why you got some of the guys that you did get. I don't even know if some of these guys have gotten that. Even Al Harris really wanted to leave, but you locked them in, and you look at the rest of the coaches. So you really had a recipe for things to blow up. And then when you add injuries on top of that, it blew up like it did. So I think Schottenheimer with this year, everybody coming in, I think everybody's has some stake in into their contracts. So I think you should get a lot more detailed work with this coaching staff, and I hope it's a whole lot more detailed work. And I think that is going to be one big improvement from last year, regardless of what it is. I think that stability there will be a lot better going forward with this team.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Like stability and just having a plan. Like, what's your absolute identity, right? And
you asked a great question. I heard you say that on the. I caught y'all a little bit on the you and the in the attack show, the Cowboy attack show, and man, when you said that you asked that question about identity.
Mm-hmm. I try to drive home as much as I could, like the strong pain points, and not ask a question that it can be like one answer, like what is their identity, And,
you got to have identity, and see that is a key, because if you ask the Cowboy fans, they can't tell you what their identity is, and we're trying to make an identity that really don't fit it. Well, we're trying, as a Cowboy fan, that's why we all over the place about get this guy jumping around.
The names part,
that goes out there, because we don't see an identity to say, well, no, we gotta eliminate that person because he doesn't fit our identity. And identity is, and I think sometimes we talk about culture. When we talk about culture, Law, culture is a thing that is the end result of a couple of things.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, break it down. Yeah.
First it is, you got to get the right people.
Facts.
Right? You got to get the right people. They may not be the greatest players, but they're the better fit. It's not always about talent. It's about fit. Right?
Yep.
First you get the players. Then you got to have what we call accountability, a way you do things. There's a structure of how we go about doing things.
Mm-hmm.
And you find the players, and then you set the way of how we go about, how we train, how we practice. Then the third thing, you hold accountability of us doing those things that correct way.
Yeah.
And then the last part, you control the environment. Now I know you say, Coach, how can you control the environment in Dallas? Well, Dallas is, like I always say, Dallas is another animal. But inside those lines of practice fields, inside those meeting rooms at the Star, when we getting ready for a game at home, we stay at hotels and we get ourselves together. I'm going to control the environment as much as possible so I can make sure that we stay focused to do the things that we say culture-wise, that we do things a one way, we hold accountable how we do it, and we do it all the time. These things may seem like they're small things, but these are the things that can overcome you trying to have, when you can't get everybody.
Facts.
Because if you look at teams, Law, you can't go out and get you can go get a bunch of parts that don't fit. They may be good parts, but they don't fit. And if you don't put them in the environment of a cultural environment, they're not going to work. That's why I always tell people the military says, hey, you come into the military, but the military got one culture. They take people from all over the country, but it's done one way.
One way, yeah.
So that's what I want to see is Schottenheimer can get the coach. And I know we talk about the Cowboys and about the Joneses and everything, but they're going to give him a certain way of setting a culture inside that locker room. See, when you having a game at home, and you know how Dallas, you live in Dallas, you know how much we got going on. You can't tell me that if they had, before you had to stay at a hotel on game day, there's no way in the way that I gotta allow my team to have so much outside forces. Because one thing about it is we got more distractions, and that's where you got to be able to handle those things. And I don't think the Jones are against that. I think that's a coaching thing there. So whatever range that he has, he needs to take that to the full extent, and I think we'll be all right. But changing the culture, you got to have those things: people, a way about doing things, accountability, and you got to control the environment.
Man, hey man, this was a great piece, man, that you delivered all upon us, man, Coach Marvin. I really appreciate you for your words, man. Thank you so much for calling in.
I appreciate you, brother.
Yes, indeed. That's Coach Marv.
I appreciate you, man.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. Coach Marv came straight on in here with some great news for rehashing those type of things. Like sometimes we could be looking for a certain part, and that's not the part that we're looking for, or that's not the part that we need. You can be at the gas station, you got a diesel truck, right? That regular gas ain't gonna work like that. It need diesel, or vice versa. So it got to be, what's the identity of your team? All right, so we got 3 other callers here, man, and we're going to make it quick. I got Cowboys Ricky, and then I got Darius, my guy from the 214 and 706. Hold tight. 469, what's on your mind? Talk to me, man.
What's going on, Law? Hey, man, just a couple quick questions, man. Just wanted to see if maybe you could help me understand some of these things, man. So I was watching you and Attack on Cowboys on a live one time, and Attack on Cowboys guys was pretty much saying that this year Cowboys are moving different by signing guys a lot sooner, signing guys that are younger with more potential.
Right.
So, and in his eyes, he was saying that we're moving different. So, if the Cowboys are moving different compared to what Jerry has done in the past by not signing people or signing barely one person or an old person, why is it that you think that now Jerry is moving different versus all these 30 years where he would do the same old things and never want to change? Why is it different now, in your opinion?
Or so why are things differently now? I think that we may be moving different, but we still in the same climate, right? So, for example, we know Texas is hot. It's not like it's a place where it's going to be chilly all year long. So we understand that the Cowboys, whatever we do, regardless if we move big, small, or in between, the expectation stays the same. And the expectation for the Cowboys, regardless of whether or not we make those impactful moves, is Super Bowl. Regardless, Dave Campo, when we had Chan Gailey here, it was still the expectation Super Bowl. And none of those guys ever qualified us or even those that understood football that these are Super Bowl kind of caliber of coaches. There's only been 2 since the time Jimmy Johnson been here. You can argue 3 with Barry Switzer, but let's be real, that was more Jimmy Johnson people and team. So you can look at Bill Parcells, right? There were some major changes within the confines of the organization on how we moved to go get certain players under Bill Parcells, and to a small degree, Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy came here not under his own weight, but he was dragging someone else's weight with him so that he can get the job. He lied to kick it to get the job, but he changed some of the things that the Cowboys were stronghold to, like, hey, we're going to wear red jerseys for quarterbacks. Hey, we're going to have mandatory this and that. He started smashing pumpkins and smashing watermelons, and people say you don't do that. He tried to take names off the back of jerseys. He tried to make it football, but Jerry got in the way of things, unfortunately. And I'm not saying that Mike McCarthy was the end-all, be-all, right? And he did everything perfectly. No. But what I'm getting at is that was a change in the way we approach football. So now you have Shotty, who's been coaching for 25 years but not under the capacity as a head coach. And at least what the Cowboys are doing is trying to get him a head start with some of his philosophies integrated in with what some of their philosophies are. But at least I got a chance to talk to Shotty and said, what's your identity? We want to be physical. We want to run the ball. We're going to play with high tempo. Those are his words. So when you start to say those things, let's get guys that can be physical. Let's get guys that can run the ball. And let's play with high tempo. That's what he wants to do. So we'll be seeing and waiting and watching of what he's going to do.
Right. Okay. So the last question I have was I also was watching y'all and and then just kind of seeing like different people and their chats and what people are saying. So a lot of people are saying that if the Cowboys can go get like a Ted McMillan or even Genty in the first round and get a receiver in the second round, the Cowboys will be in pretty good shape given the people we added in free agency and all that, which sounds great. I'm all for it. If we can get a receiver in the first round or a running back or however vice versa, where we get a good wide receiver and a good running back, Cowboys will be in good shape. So the one question I wanted to ask you was, how could you put my mind at ease? Because Dak has had at least 1 or 2 good receivers before and a decent running back with a decent offensive line, and he couldn't do it then. Right? I get it. Our defense wasn't as good as it is now. I get that. So why would this time around be any different than the last time he's ever had it before? Why should I believe that Dak can get it done now if we were to get a Ted and Junkins or Travion Henderson in the second round and Ted in the first round? Why should I believe in Dak that he can do it now versus when he had Ezekiel Primetime or when he had Dez and T. Will and DeMarco Murray at the time when he was good? If you couldn't do it then, why should I buy in that it would be any different this go around?
Yeah, so DeMarco Murray never played under Dak Prescott, and Dez Bryant was on his way out of the NFL, unfortunately, during that time frame. I get it. We expecting Dak Prescott as his first 3 years to win a Super Bowl in that particular window. Mm-hmm. And when you look at the shambles of this team, remember what I was saying. Jason Garrett was here, and the expectation stayed the same. And I'm hearing from your voice is that now we still have that same levels of expectations. We said that Dak Prescott had all of these immense amount of weapons, but one thing that really coincide with weapons is continuity. We didn't have from one year to the next. It was always something changing from one year to the next. And I know it sounds like bevies of excuses, but these are the realities of it. A.J. Brown and Smitty didn't win the Super Bowl their first year. They may have went and furthered themselves to go into deep into the postseason and beyond and all of this stuff, but that's a complete area of going out getting weapons for that particular team for the Eagles, not taking it away. We still have yet to see on a consistent level of the wide receivers here. Every year we've been changing them out. Keep this in mind. To this degree, CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper only played about 8 or 9 games together. That's only a sample size. But the expectations were every year, we have talent, we have weapons, and we have all of these things. But no other team in the National Football League is winning that way. But we still have the expectations to do such. And it's far-fetched, man, for this team to only look at 2021 and say, okay, that was the window of time when we led the league in penalties. There was over 1,000 yards allowed from penalties. 14 penalties in the postseason. A team in NFL history since the date that the NFL started, no team had won a postseason game with 14 penalties. So we're going to have to clear that up. We had to clear up a whole bunch of stuff, but the expectations stay the same.
Right. And I'm just like you, man. I mean, I'm also realistic, but at the same time, you know, I'm not a negative fan. You know,
Right. I feel
I
you.
hope to God that that Dak can get it done, because if he gets it done, then I'll be glad to be wrong. Because if I'm wrong, then that means we won the big one, which is great. So I hope Dak can do it, man. I really hope that we can. That I don't know, for some reason that Shotty can get it together, and that Jerry Jones will let Shotty do his thing.
Yeah.
Just so that we can get that taste of that Super Bowl era again. But the last thing I want to leave you with, so that I guess you can just touch on it. Do you honestly believe where we are now that we're only a couple of players away from actually making the deep playoff run?
We are, but here's the reality of it, and this is my God honest truth. If we are relying on Dak to do it, we're not going to win it. We got to allow the team to do it. I need for us to, when we get into the postseason, that maybe I can get a running back that can give us 5 yards. Maybe I can have someone to give us a scoop and score, force a fumble, give us short field yardages, right? Maybe I can get a wide receiver to give me 200-plus yards in a game or something like that, or don't drop the ball, or make that crucial catch. If my guy Drew Pearson's had Noah Brown hands, the one when Noah Brown was here, the Hail Mary would never exist, right? So at some point in big moments, big games, I need for other players to help us out. And for these last 7 seasons or 8 seasons we've been in the postseason, we haven't had anyone else to step up, and that's what I'm looking for. But if we put it all on 4 based off of historical data, we will not win. And that's just facts. And I hope the Prescott apologists don't come after me, but that's the reality of it. We can't win with we all leaning only on 4 to do it. It's not going to happen.
No, for sure, man. Well, I appreciate your time, man. I want you to get to other cards, and I don't want to take up 30 minutes every time, man. I just want to kind of pick your brains to see what you thought about it, so I can help put my mind at ease. I can have a better feeling going into the season, man. I hope Dak can get it done. I hope Shotty gets it together, man. I hope you make a good run, man. Appreciate your time, Law.
Appreciate you, man. That's Cowboys Ricky, man. That's a very objective call, right? And I get it. Dak gonna get his daggers anyway, right? Because he plays for America's team, right? But when you look at and I can flip it to the Rams in 2021, I believe that's the year they won it all, right? Aaron Donald, one of the greatest defensive players any of you guys can lay your eyes on, right? He couldn't get it done by himself. It took a complete Jalen Ramsey. It took a Leonard Floyd. It took them going and getting Ashawn Robinson. These guys wasn't homegrown. They had to go out there and get a multitude of weapons. They even went and got Odell Beckham, Plus the array of weapons that they had with Cooper Kupp and some other wide receiver. But, man, by us expecting for us to get it done with CeeDee Lamb by himself and a guy named Jake Ferguson who just now learning football, or, you know, when you look back at what this team look back at what this team looked like, if anything, what the team should have done in 2021 instead of blowing it up is run it back. Continuity is a major thing, ladies and gentlemen. Running it back is a major thing. But every year, we exploded the team. Let me know if I'm lying. In 2021 wasn't the same team from 2022. In 2022 wasn't the same team for 2023. But the expectations stayed the same. And we lost key components every year. And you guys can't name me a major free agent player that we picked up to help add to for this team. But I can tell you what was taken away. But the expectations is still here. It takes a complete team is all I'm getting at. And, man, I look back at John Elway, have the strongest arm God created, one of them, you know. And he couldn't get to the Super Bowl. Yeah, he got blown out by the Washington team. And, dog, you know, that was the earlier parts of the 90s, right? I think it was 91, got blown the doors off of him. But he couldn't win the Super Bowl until he had yellow teeth. They had to go give him a run game. They had to give him a stout defense. They had to go give him outside weapons and stuff like that. And if he needed all of those things, what do you guys expect that Dak Prescott need is what I'm getting at. I got from the 214, you live, and then I have the 201. But Darius, you live for the nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me, bro.
Hey, Law, what's happening, man? I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Matthew Golden in this draft is my receiver one. I know you got Tedero. I know you got Tedero McMillan, you know, as your receiver one. But as a UT fan, I watched it. Some of the games I couldn't watch because I'm not finna watch University Monroe.
Monroe, West Monroe.
I can't. Some of the games I'm not gonna be able to watch. But the major games I watched them at every snap. Isaiah Bond was supposed to be our number one receiver because when he was with Alabama, he was their number one receiver.
Right.
Matthew Golden ended up being our number one receiver.
Correct.
He was for Texas what Justin Jefferson was for LSU when Justin Jefferson was over there cutting up with Joe Burrow, my son Joe Burrow, I call him, and Jamar Chase. That's what Matthew Golden was. That's what Matthew Golden was for Texas. He was our go-to guy every single time. So for me, that's my wide receiver one. I know you like, you know, T-Mac.
Yeah, I like
T-Mac. My
T-Mac.
guy is Matthew Golden. But I will say in this draft, if Ashton Jeanty is there, I'm taking Ashton. You know what I'm saying? But if he's not, my guy is Matthew. You know what I'm saying? And then in this mock draft, I started doing like a little mock draft or whatever because you was like sending your mock drafts to you. But on one of my drafts, I picked Matthew Golden, Trevion Henderson, and Isaiah Bond. So to me, what I feel like we need is explosiveness on this offense. I need our offense to be very high powered. To that you say what?
Well, you know, the Isaiah Bond boy in the third boy, he is fast.
But they got a lot of receivers over him. They got a lot of receivers over Isaiah. You know what I'm saying? They're sleeping on my dog. But that's the reason why I said that.
So I do. All right. So you said Matthew Golden, right? And then you said Trevion Henderson, right?
Yeah, and Isaiah Bond.
And Isaiah Bond.
1, 2, and 3.
Boy, the UT pride coming out on you, right? You know what I'm saying?
You know it.
Yeah,
you know
What about Collins, man? Give me Alfred Collins, man, and see if we can pick up Judkins in the third. I will roll with that. If you go with Matthew Golden, Alfred Collins, and then Judkins in the third, if he falls that far, man, that'll be nice. Bad. Yeah, that won't be bad at all. You know, going UT.
That's definitely
UT, you know, and then that UT, and then go with Judkins. That would be physicality because that's what Shot is looking for. And I can see Golden could be like the Tyler Lockett type, you know, for this particular team. But the playmaker said earlier, and I couldn't find that damn clip, and I may have to go find it on Twitter, but he was saying that, you know, it'll be too many feet in the same spot with CeeDee Lamb and Golden. And I get what he said that, we probably, because he was breaking down why Cooper Kupp was a better fit for Seattle than Cooper Kupp being here in Dallas. And he was saying just too many feet in the same spot. And the thing is with Lamb, I like Lamb. But if we can all look into the mirror, man, and look at Lamb for what he is, he's not an ex-wide receiver that stays out there on the side, and play that physical football for 60 snaps. I'm not saying that he can't, but where he galvanizes you the most is inside the slot with two-way goals, etc. So, and especially with this kind of caliber of what we're going to be doing heavy runs, it's going to be some mixtures of Lamb here, there, and everywhere. So I'm looking for physicality, and that's why I want us to go with running back first. I like Genty. I think he'll power little muscle back like a doggone MJD, whatever. Maurice Jones, what's that dude name?
Yeah, Jones Drew.
Yeah.
Maurice Jones Drew.
Yeah, but better, But I get where your picks are at. I can't dog them. I would like any of those moves there, but at the end of the day, he's looking for physicality.
I can get jiggy with it, and I'm excited for the season, and I'm liking what Schottenheimer is talking about, man. I'm fucking with my dog Brian right now. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna see how it shapes out. But lastly, I'm gonna tell you right now, they talking about Quinn Ewers. Big dog, that ain't what you want.
No.
That ain't what you want.
Yeah.
Now, I'm telling you, I watched damn near every snap. Listen, I damn near threw every plate, every cup, every piece of food I had at the TV watching. I've been hollering at the top of my lungs. Quinn, get the ball out your damn hands. Go down, throw it away, bro. I'm telling you, you don't want to. You don't want them. That ain't what you want for a backup.
You remember? We had on the show, Clarence, man, we had Mark Henry on the show, and he's a UT alum. He loved UT or what have you. Him and Mike, I forgot his last name, and they was talking about that same fact. When do you rip the Band-Aid off, right? Because they knew that Shark was doing a favor for Ewers because it was his senior year. He trying to get the man paid and trying to get him going in the right direction. But let me ask you though, in the hearts of hearts, you as a diehard UT fan, or do I have to reach out to Jane Slater and ask her? But let me ask you.
Go either way.
There you go either way. Which y'all would have been able to win the Natty this past season.
Boy, you come on. Lord,
if you would have put Arch Manning in there, which y'all would have been able to win the Natty. Come on with it. Break it down.
You is talking to my soul right now. Listen, I will stand and I will fight on this hill. And listen, I love Quinn as a person, as a young kid. Me having a nephew that I have, I understand it. I'm not shitting on Quinn. Shout out to Quinn with the South Lake Carroll in Dallas, Texas. Listen, shout out to him. Shout out to him. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if we started and played Arch, we winning. We beating Ohio State, 1,000%. And then not only is we beating Ohio State, we gonna dog walk Notre Dame in the championship, 1,000%. That's a fact. 1,000%.
Yeah.
But before I go, Law, I was just at the training with B Tuck now. I seen Jazz from bitches. She be up there.
Jazz Monet.
She be up there.
Yeah. And I thought Candace was gonna be there today, but I don't think she came today. But yeah, she was at the SMU thing. But yeah, we got our scouts everywhere. What happened?
No, I was shocked to see her because like on when I took, because my nephew trained with B Tuck. Right. So I just was shocked to see her. She was out there like giving like little tips and tricks to the kids about just a different form, and because I think she's like a physical therapist or something like that. She was telling me, and I was just pleasantly surprised to see her out there, man. Like she cool as hell, man. I just wanted to tell you that.
No doubt. Hey, it is for what it is, bro. Let me hear you say it before I let you roll.
How about them Cowboys?
No doubt, man. That's my guy Darius, man. Yeah. Let me know how that went too, though. Hey, But neither here nor there. If y'all agree with him on Arch, Manning. Kid was electric. He still have some things that we like, hey, what was that? But overall, if he were to start this year, and man, I'm gonna reach out to Mark Henry and old Bull and see whether or not we can get him on the show. Talk some good old UT talk before we get into this draft and have his stance on why Matthew should be taken in front of Genty. I'm going to reach out to him, man. Shouldn't we have the world's strongest man in the world, you know what I'm saying, on the show, right? He a Cowboy fan, too, or he liked the Cowboys, and the Cowboys let him down. Still won Ollie Gordon. Give me DJ Giddens, though, bro. Give me DJ Giddens. Ollie Gordon, man, he fell off, man, but you know what? He ran like a 4.8. They had a kid today running 4.8. He shouldn't even ran it. His name is Xavier from Florida. Name y'all Restrapo or something. I didn't know that brother had concrete blocks for feet. But I got my guy and over here from the 252. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Hey, how's it going, Law?
Hey, it's great, man. I can't complain.
Hey, it's been a long time talking to you. This TP from NC.
What's up, man? How you living, man?
Well, how's it going, Law? How's it going? I see you doing great things. I keep you in prayer and everything. And continue to do what you do.
I thank you.
Continue to do what you do. I agree with Homeboy, man. Ain't no way in the world I get that quarterback from Texas, man. He was the reason they lost that championship, man. I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. I tell you,
he wetted that bed.
Yeah, that's just bad, man. I'm in no harm. I don't be no harm. I'd rather have Cooper Rush. I just rather have Cooper Rush, man. But I like what the Cowboys are doing. I think we're going in some new direction. And I know we said this every year that things, but really things look different this year. It really does. And Jerry, he's not talking like he used to talk. And I just want to just tell the Cowboy fans, we got a lot to be optimistic about. And I really think we're gonna beat them. We're gonna really beat them boys. In the next, I think we're gonna win some playoff games. Hopefully we win the chip. But I got us win the chip in 2026, and no later 2027.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna be straight. We're gonna be straight, and I don't want to hold you up too long because I know other people want to get in. But Law, I appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing, and I haven't spoken with you in a while, but. Hey, I'm still got my eyes on you, man.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. And hey, let me know the next time you come swing down this way, man. And cause I know you went to Law. Yeah, you went to a few events, man. So appreciate you, man. Yeah.
I got you, Law. I got you.
No doubt. Yeah. Somebody asked, hey, Law, are you still having a 5.5 on Shotty? And this is Common Sense Lab. Yeah, it's 5.5. 5.5. I need to see him in full practice. Yeah, that's why y'all got to get me to Oxnard. I got to see with my natural eyes to see how he run his ship. Still 5.5. At least it's not a 4.5. I started off at a 5. It went to a 0.5. And I shook his hand and everything, and it's still a 5.5. Because talk is what? Can y'all put that down in the chat? Yeah. I need to see tangible evidence. Yeah, Jalen Royals is nice, too. I like Jalen Royals. The only knock on Jalen Royals is his name, Jalen. Yes, indeed. I got my guy from the 201 100 grand with the plan. Talk to me, bro.
Oh, no, my dog was popping.
Yes, indeed, man. What's good?
I hate the thing.
Boy, you sound like Coach Marv over here, dog. You all right?
I sound like Coach Marv. I'm good?
Yeah, you sure? You got the Barry White going on, man. You good?
Hey, man, listen.
Man,
Law. When the sun go down, the lady's voice come up. You feel what I'm
saying, man? That boy, you crazy cat hair, boy. Yeah, the lady voice goes up. He putting that deep voice on. Angie, there your man go. There you go. Shout out to Angie. I know she's somewhere in the chat. That boy putting it on. Yeah, Lord. Yeah. And remember, you're listening. Yeah.
You ain't the only one with the deep voice now.
Yeah.
Hey.
I can talk like this all day, you know. That boy got a deep voice.
Sometimes you gotta whisper to the wolf kitty, Lord. I'm saying.
Wait a minute. Hold on with it. Hold on. We got a super chat from Sadiq. Hold on right quick.
Charles, $10. Law, Mama SIDDEEQ sends you her love Red Heart District of Columbia for life. And she got you come closer to Oxnard.
Okay. But we going to have to let AI know that don't mean District of Columbia. Come on, that means for Dallas Cowboys for life. But appreciate you, Sadiq. Thank you. And Mama Sadiq, appreciate you for your support. Yes, indeed. But what you got for me today, man?
Man, listen, man. I don't understand this right here, right? And this narrative is being posted up. I don't understand this. The locker room is great when the team is winning, but the locker room is bad when the team is losing.
Yeah.
There's nobody friends, and there's no when the team is losing, but when the team is winning, everybody friends. The morale is. It's weird to me, Law. That don't make sense to me, man. That really don't.
I got the answer for you, bro. Winning cures all. If you think I'm lying,
people.
X Magic, winning cures all. Yeah. So when you're winning, it cures everything. And if you're winning, you're gonna get the attention, the money, and the fame. So that's what's happening. Yeah.
But for the people, though, the people, Cowboys Nation, oh, man, they must don't like each other. 53 brands and all this mess. Yeah. Because they're losing, because they lost last year. Yeah. And the reason why they lost last year is because the Jones boys ain't want to do nothing.
They didn't want to.
And another thing I don't like,
what you don't like?
We got dudes, his name start with an F. He keeps saying we need to be happy because the Jones boys is doing something. When last year, they chose not to do anything. Stop saying, hey, man, the Cowboys is making moves. They didn't do that last year, but they making moves now. That's because they chose not to. I can't say, Lord, man, you only going to get a cracker today.
Hey, wait.
But give you a meal tomorrow, and you supposed to, yeah.
But here's the thing. They was afraid to do too much, and it was forced by the hand to keep Mike McCarthy. They got tired of Mike, man. That's what happened. You've been like that before. You've been like that before. You with the Swedes or what have you. Come on, man. You knew I was going. You know where I was going, and you been with and you just sitting there like, man, I'm tired of the same burnt eggs every day in the toast. And she doing her best.
You gotta fall back. You gotta fall back. You gotta let her know, and you gotta fall back. And sometimes you gotta pop out and show them, Lord. You gotta show. Listen, you got this spot right now, but keep on playing around. You could get replaced now.
But that was the thing, though. They were saying, man, after 12-5, something got to be good with her. But it wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't enough. And they said, you know what? We're going to stop holding doors. We're going to stop taking them out to eat to fancy restaurants. Right. And we just going to, hey, we got food at the house. And that's what they did to Mike McCarthy. They didn't give him nothing but an Eric Kendricks. That's it. And an old defensive coordinator, Mike Zim. And Mike Zim was like, I can't come into this room moving furniture around when they were 12-5, and the last two times we faced Mike McCarthy, he whooped my backside. So he came in as an alpha male, forced to be a beta, when he was absolutely an alpha. So he was a beta alpha, and that's Mike Zim. You can't win with that recipe.
But also, Mike Zim came into a situation where I'm giving you scraps. So how you supposed? I don't understand this mentality of Cowboys got to find a way to win with scraps, but all the other teams can load up on all the weapons they want. And when the Cowboys get knocked out, they get ridiculed and beat up because they couldn't win with the scraps. But these other quarterbacks get praised. Oh, they better than Dak. They better than Dak. They got more weapons than Dak. I don't understand where this came from.
Yeah.
But it's the truth.
You facts.
Dak Prescott got to win with less. And all these other guys get all sorts of cheat codes and all that. and they win, and they saying like they the best.
Hey.
Jalen Hurts is trash. But he the best quarterback in the league. Y'all, you hold the chat right now. The majority of the chat will say, I want Jalen Hurts as my quarterback. And he'll come over to Dallas and look like trash because ain't nobody over here. And then y'all be bashing him too. But put Dak over there with the weapons, and he'll look great. And this whole chat will be like, yo, we need Dak back. Dak is amazing. Dak is great. That's the narrative.
Yeah, man,
and I know y'all don't like me because I pulled the wool over y'all eyes. I pulled the curtains back. I know y'all don't like me today, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Same thing with Micah Parsons. And it got nothing to do with the podcast. He need guys around him too. But y'all use the podcast because that's easy to say.
Boy.
It's easy to say. But what about Josh Allen? He ain't got no podcast. Where his rings at? Okay. Don't talk, oh, Josh Allen's up here. What about that boy from Baltimore? He ain't got no podcast. What he doing? And he got more weapons than Dak. What he doing? He can run. All y'all say, man, Dak don't run no more. That boy running. That boy got a running back. That boy got wide receivers. That boy got a defense. And what that boy doing over there in Baltimore, Lord? Losing. Losing over there. And this whole chat to say he's better than Dak. And he losing. First round at that.
Man.
Let me get back to the Barry White. I'm sorry for the
That segment is brought to you by Bishop 100 Grand. The doors of the church are now open. Amen. Yeah.
You know, but I'm team weapons, man.
But in closing, what else you have for the congregation?
I'm team
today?
Weapons. Go get Dak Prescott some help. Coach Shoddy, offensive coordinator. Get Dak Prescott some weapons.
Yo, no doubt.
I just want to see Dak Prescott with the same stuff everybody else got.
Man,
Give him the same stuff everybody else got, unless Boogie.
Put some seasoning on that food, man. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
That's
Appreciate you, man. That's
boy.
my guy, 100 Grand, man. Yes, indeed. Hey, man. That's a good call from him, man. Basically, what he's saying here, ladies and gentlemen.
Seafood boil.
Hold on, let me start this seafood broil.
We got the meat, the corn, crab,
It's a shame.
potatoes, an indoor one. Oh, some shrimp. Spicy butter. We got spicy butter.
Man, that's a waste.
Lemon.
That's a waste.
I cooked. Got our specialty tools. Michigan seafood boil. Shame. Got the meat.
It's a shame. It's a lot of. That's last year Cowboys right there, bro.
Shame.
I mean, I don't see a blade of like a pepper, a piece of salt. Man, you know, give me a bay leaf or something, man. Can you give me a little piece of dirt? Just throw it on it somewhere, man. All that good food, and they didn't give us no Himalaya, a grain of pepper, or anything. It just bland. And we can't be like that for the 2025 season. We can't. We can't do this. 30 years, 30 seasoning without seasons. Come on, baby. Just add it. Somebody says, I am awake says just add it up there. No, man, I want my butter and stuff to be marinated in with it, man, while it's cooking. I want when we bite down into that food, I want seasoning, man. Look, them damn shrimp too light skinned. No. So what I'm getting at is don't be bland unless you to run, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the potatoes, boy, look, they gonna hurt somebody's teeth for real. Yeah. All right, I got another caller on the phone from the 202, the Big Amish. I know you not bland. What's good with you, my bro?
How about them Cowboys? Y'all.
Yeah. My guy.
This is what I want to see during training camp, and I wish it was actually held in Texas, like the good old days. Make them humble, hungry, dirty.
Yeah.
No showers. Give them those cots that fold up and they sag down. You don't get a good night's sleep. Let them bond together in that environment. Get them a little adversity.
Yeah.
They don't need air conditioning all the time.
Come on with
that goes from the top of the players to the lowest of the players. Everyone treated the same message. Because then you're going to see who's going to be sticking with you when those adverse times come during the games and the playoffs. That's what I like to see.
Come on with it. Yeah.
All right. That builds character. That builds a team. I'm not saying that's the end all be all, but you also have to have the players. But you're going to find out who's really team oriented and who's selfish. Right? That's what you're going to see. So I'd like to see that element come back. And when it comes to training camp, and you were there, I would like to see not just practice. We hear, well, players were practicing or Dak practiced, before anyone. That's fine, and that's a great trait. But I don't know. I remember this. You just don't practice. You practice for perfection. You practice perfect.
Yeah.
That's when you start delegating. Someone's out of position, you yank them out. That could be a quarterback too. Could be a wide receiver, running. You yank them out. You get the player who's perfect, practicing perfect. That's how you're going to gain the edge when it comes to game time. Guess what? There's not going to be those mistakes. There's not going to be those penalties. And you tell me what you saw in Oxnard. I think there was a dysfunctional family playing out there, but you could tell more. I have no idea. I'm just telling you what comes to mind and what I think sometimes is needed, and I hope Shoddy is able to put that together.
Come on with it.
And send those kind of messages, because that's what we need. Because then we go behind our team. When our team is when they're sacrificing, we can't say anything bad about them. When they're putting everything on the line, there's nothing we could say. But if we see someone take off a play,
let's get them.
We saw easy. That's not that's not what we like to go behind. That doesn't sit well, and I'm sure it doesn't sit well with the players. But it certainly makes us feel a little uncomfortable of the direction of the team.
No doubt.
Yeah. Now you saw. Now that's what I would like to see. Now, as far as the draft, if there's a way of getting Tet, this is what I'd like to see at 12. You get Tet at 12, because that fills in that void for me of a Michael Irvin. When it's 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, or even when you need a first down. But when you're in that 13 personnel, and it's a 3rd and 4, I mean, come on.
Come on
How
with it.
difficult is that defense going to... You're going to shut down Tet, 6'5", with those 37-inch arms, 10-inch hands, slamming on that ball like a vice grip.
Come on with it.
That's not coming out.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Come on.
Then in the second round, we trade back. Trade back from the second round, go late in the second, and pick up extra picks. You get DJ Gibbs. You get the rest of you get some linebackers. You get an offensive guard maybe at that point, but you could get extra picks. But you need DJ Giddens as well. He's Clayton Adams. He fits right in the mold. We got the offensive line coach from Kansas State. He knows where these the line plays, how it pans out. So that's all I got to say. But that's what I would like to say. We need Tet, DJ Giddens in the third, and whatever else we can get out of that draft, and then go into free agency after June 1.
No doubt, Big Amish, man. That's a great assessment there. Let the people hear it, man. Let them hear it.
How about them Cowboys? Y'all,
man. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, indeed. And don't forget to check out our partners at Rogue Shop, man. If you're dealing with pain, if you're dealing with some trauma and stuff like that, be sure to take care of it. Take care of it the natural way, and reach out to our partners at Rogue Shop. They got unbelievable fair prices, and they shop and they deliver to majority of all of the 50 states in these United States of America. So be sure to reach out to them. The information is in the description box, and take care of yourself holistically, right? All right. So with that being said, man, this was a great show, ladies and gentlemen. We going to get this going the best way possible. Some people don't like cleaning up. Some people hold on to things a little too long. And I got one more video I got to show y'all. Yeah.
I do not want...
What are you doing?
You're going to break my refrigerator door. Close the refrigerator. AJ, again and again and again, I told you, the police told you, your doctor told you. If you don't want to stay here, you are 26 years old. I'm tired of cleaning, you're messing up, and you leave it. I am trying to get this house ready to get work done on it. And what did you guys do? Who did that mess in the microwave and didn't clean it up? Huh? Who did the mess in the microwave and didn't clean it up?
Yo.
I'm listening.
You better listen to Mama.
Still won't clean, huh?
It looked like snot on the refrigerator.
You have to keep getting exposed.
That was here.
Doesn't want to clean
Water.
anything.
All down this.
I try to throw stuff out. This is old meat, and she won't let me.
Lord boy. Hey, what the hell? Yeah.
Want to go clean your own room? How much more of my stuff did you throw away? Huh?
AJ.
Come on with it.
AJ, let's go ahead and get up out of there, man. Let's go and get up out of there. The police told you. Sometimes the police be cool about certain shit. They be seeing. They can see what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially on them little domestic calls. I know they be like, God damn. The doctor told you. You know, the doctor's smart. They don't play that shit. They get money. You ever seen a doctor's house, nigga? Like, look in the doctor's driveway. Like, look up a doctor. Go see where that nigga live at. And yeah, you should just clean up your room.
Don't just clean up your room, man. It's time to move out. And at the end of the day, you can't set demands on places that you haven't established. The reality of it, if you're 26, going on 27, living with moms and them, it's time for you to get your own place, bro. As sad as it may be, I just wanted to say this one more thing before we depart. Let's put a round of applause to Holly for sending $50 Cash App to your boy, Law Nation Sports.
Get the money out! All of it! Come on!
Appreciate you.
My time now. Come on!
Sometimes you got to clean up what you done messed up. And then when you start cleaning up the things that you mess up, everything start working its way out. But in departing, let's just hear from our sponsor one more time for your mind.
Spartans!
Yo, if you serious about gaming, you need to check out the Turtle Beach Self 700. The headset is built for power, comfort, the hybrid leather cushion, metal reinforced design, the clean, lay flat look that made to last, the real magic, the dual driver that give you high definition 24-bit audio sound. That crisp, that footsteps, clean shot, 3D sound that put you in the game. In switching device easy, you can bounce between PC, PlayStation, and even your phone with Bluetooth. Thanks to crossplay, noise cancellation, giving you crisp, crystal clear, zero static sound. Game smarter, play louder, dominate everything. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's get it. A prize fighter. Even when he's down, he continues to swing. On our journey to success, you learn more from your failures than your success. Let me repeat, you learn more from your failures than your success. Be sure to tap in to Turtle Beach Self 700. Unbelievable sound quality, over-the-ear control for comfort, Bluetooth in and out, build with some good resistant metal that will last you for a long time, not a short time. Get 10% off and be sure to use promo code LAW. Check them out. Thank them for all that they do. And as this room depart, there will be many people that say when we are successful that they believed in this team. There will be many people when it's time for us to prepare ourselves for
Spartans, prepare for glory.
Many people that try to take on the additional credit. Once again, shout out to Holly, shout out to Sadiq, appreciate everybody, Angie, appreciate Posey, appreciate everybody who gave their support today on these miniature marathon shows. Them joints are wireless. Yeah. Be sure to check them out. Click on that link that's in the description box. And if you can't check them out, go burn and roll one with me. Put some fires and flames in the chat for your boy. Mama said there will be days just like this. And she was right. There will be many peaks and there will be many valleys. But count the peaks, not just the valleys. Understand that even when you're down and out and you are rolling in the valley, you're learning something from it. And I'm telling y'all, every day we're learning something. All I want this team to do is get 1% better. Day by day, get 1% better. Mingo, 1% better. Dak, 1% better. Tiny Deuce Vaughn, 1% better. There's 365 days in a year. There's 365% better if you just focus on the one. But in order for this continuity to be generated, we all must count to the fact that we are on the same page. There's no big I's, there's no little U's. Team is what we're looking for. Together, everyone achieves more. And when you think about it, for those who bang on the chest and say, yeah, it's an I in win. And I will tell you that you are right. But with the I in win, what can be the identity of this team to get that win? Meaning that you must figure out a way to erase the excuses, erase the shortcomings. Understand that the Industrial Revolution that happened came before the invention of electricity. So, yes, you can continue to build. You can continue to make things happen if you shift your mind to it. Write this down. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad, that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan to lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or the poverty or the famish or fame or the sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence and stern pertinacity. If neither cold, poverty, or the famish or fame or the sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty Cowboy World, you will get it.
Give me my theme music.
Come on with it.
What more do you want from me?
Tell them run it off.
Appreciate y'all. And remember,
I wake up, flex them down.
Shout out to you, Salinas.
Tell them run it off.
Come on.
No sleep, no
Young
rest,
Star.
crash my
Rico, Sadiq, appreciate y'all. Ice Cold Cowboy. Drop 100 in the chat if you like what you heard. Posey, Mike, Who, Jones. Last but not least, Sadiq Charles. Come on. Come on.
I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Law Nation, come on, baby.
I wake up, flex,
come on.
thumb down, that check. No drip, this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, that check. No drip, this. Tell them run it up.
Be consistent, y'all. Continue to stand tall with it.
But first I stretch.
Come on.
Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe.
Come on.
I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried. This with the devil, used to love.
Shout out to you, Chill Mo D. Definitely will take a look at it. Salute to Frenkel and Frenkel, personal injury lawyers. Let's get it.
I'm on the come up, bet I live.
Let's get it, young star.
I wake up, flex, I'm down that check. No drip, this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up.
Law.
Thumb down that
Nation.
no drip, this.
Come on.
Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck.
Let me
But first I stretch. Tell them run it up.
Fertilize your brain.
I got nothing but love for you, baby. Got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, baby. Got nothing but love for you, baby.
Breathe you in. lights hit you. Dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. I'll be your player too. Until next time, Cowboy Nation, be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. And another one. Be on player too. I follow wherever you go, whatever you do, player too.
If a paper crane can fly, take some money out. Never doesn't feel that far. Wasting my time now, come on. So they can come closer than close. So far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.